Hey guys, those of you who have been following me for a while know we always put a stop loss in on every trade, and we only go into earnings with small positions, okay? For those of you new members out there, remember that those are our two rules and we stick to those. So you never hold the bag on a stock, okay? Because I've gotten some comments of people who went big on earnings, broke that rule, and they didn't have a stop loss, and that's how you get burned, guys, okay? That's where you end up holding the bag. We've all been there before. It's a tough lesson to learn, but once we learn it, it doesn't happen again, or it shouldn't happen again, I should say. Every time, every trade, you want to have a stop limit in if you're a short-term trader. If you are truly holding long-term, no matter what, then you don't need to have one, okay? But you don't want to put all your money in at once, right? Because you need to have cash to buy on dips, dollar cost average, okay? Because anything can happen with stocks, especially around earnings. And again, that comes back to my rule of always having a small position. So just wanted to put it out there again, guys. My job is to protect you guys, okay? And a couple people it slid through the cracks where they didn't listen to this advice, okay, and our rules. But most of you have been following me for a while, know this, okay? And you put a stop limit every trade. You go into earnings only with a small position. Even NVIDIA, guys, I'm playing it right now, and I'm going to play it up to earnings. And right before the report on Wednesday, I'm going to trim that down, guys, to a small position, even with them. Okay, this is in the short-term account again. Obviously, NVIDIA, I own long-term. I don't have a stop loss in there because I am going to hold for 5 years plus, okay? So if you say you're going to hold this stock for long-term, that means 5 years plus in my eyes, guys, okay? You can't say I'm going to hold this stock long-term while it's going up and then it goes down and then you're like, oh, I'm getting out, right? That's not holding long-term. That's why you want to do your homework. The stocks you put in your long-term portfolio, you should know inside and out, okay, of what the company does, their financials, their balance sheet, all that before you even say I'm holding a company long, okay? That term is thrown around too loosely today, okay? So make sure to do your research before you do add it to your long-term account. And again, if you're not a member yet, become a member so you can see my Millionaire Maker portfolio, okay? These are the best of the best stocks that I have done hours and hours of research on, guys, that I'm holding for the future, that I'm buying on dips no matter what along the way, unless the fundamental story changes drastically, where if their earnings, right, the management says the next year, because of certain macro events or something where their business is going to be impacted for the foreseeable future, then that would change my mind potentially on a stock, right? But these are companies in the long-term portfolio, the Millionaire Maker portfolio, that you're going to hold no matter what and just buy in the big dips along the way. And that's where you can make the generational wealth, right, by holding long-term. And then the short-term account, though, like I said, that's where we have our stop loss, right, where we go small and we try to keep getting wins, guys. That's the goal of the short-term trading account, is to keep getting wins, not being greedy, and then we can feed the long-term account with the winners, right? Feed the winners. Winners keep on winning, and that is the truth.